Welcome back, guys. It's time to talk about what I feel the best match of the night. Kevin Owens versus John Cena. I thought that this was fucking great. I loved everything about it from top to bottom. Of course, I'm a big fan of the fact that Kevin Owens won via pinfall. Clean win. No interference, no cheating, no distractions, no bullshit, no grabbing the tights, nothing. He beats John Cena. That is huge. Kevin Owens is a fucking developmental guy, essentially. And he beats not a main roster person, not just a champion, but the fucking guy in the company. A huge fan of Kevin Owens. I'm really glad that they're pushing him so far so fast because I think that he has proven that he can handle it. And this was just a straight-up good match. I mean, they fought each other like they were equals. There wasn't that whole, like, John Cena gets beaten down for the entire match and then randomly, hits a couple moves and that's it. He, was in charge of Kevin Owens for a little bit here and there, and that's something that we don't really see that often with Owens. So, very believable in a lot of different ways, and it was good to see them kick out of finishers. And Kevin Owens, Jesus Christ, what the fucking... That moonsault that he did? How fucking great was that?
Why does everyone keep calling that a moonsault?
Didn't he do a moonsault?
It's a senton.
No, he did the moonsault.
He did the spinning moonsault where he sits on one rope, turns around, and does a moonsault off the top one.
Mm-hmm.
He did a senton later.
Oh, okay.
The senton's cool too, but...
That moonsault was cool because he literally just jumped right up and twisted in midair into it.
Yeah, it was like, God damn, this guy's like
really
so
athletic.
Much bigger than you would ever expect somebody that would be able to pull that off. It's super fucking athletic. That move that he did off the one rope with John Cena.
It was almost like a brainbuster off the top rope.
I think it was you, Ego, that said during the Raw post show that your asshole clenched because you were afraid that.
No, what? That actually wasn't the one that scared me. He picked up John Cena for the package pile driver. Normally, he'd drop the guy right in his head. Instead, he span him out, so he kind of landed on his back.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that other move.
No, I was like, oh shit, he's going to do that to him? And then it never happened.
I love this match, though. I thought this was a great segment. Easily my favorite part of the whole night. What about you guys?
Easily my favorite match of the night. Man, I'm shocked. No bullshit finish. He just beat him clean in the ring. He's moveset, like, he demonstrated some of the shit he can do. Fuck, I don't know what to say. It's still a little overwhelming to think that it actually went down like that. He's not been in the WWE long. And he's still the face of their developmental. So, very happy about it. Very happy for Kevin Owens.
I'll go. 7 months. It just takes 7 months since this guy debuted on NXT. Main roster debut. He beats the face of the company for the past 10 odd years, 11 odd now. At the same time, and Lord, since I did the same thing in his repackaged debut, however, Kevin Owens is something, and it really speaks volumes of what maybe Vince McMahon thinks of him. Maybe Triple H was high on him, and I guess maybe Vince thinks that now because apparently he has a main roster deal as well. So just nothing bad about this match at all. Just an awesome match. Just I feel good for the guy because I gave shit for him for being fat at one point, and he proved me wrong. So good for him. Just good for him overall. This will do wonders for him. Hopefully they don't fuck this up. This is one of those things where if they fuck this up, gotta start losing faith in him because this guy is just incredible. Makes me think that the future is going to be good. So, really enjoyed the match. Really enjoyed the segment. Looking forward to the future.
Oh boy,
I hated it. It was true.
I didn't hate it. No, actually, I liked it a lot. So let me preface it by saying that this was a really, really good match. These guys tore the house down. 5-star quality match. I didn't see what Meltzer had to say, but I know going by his scale, he doesn't do 5-star matches for WWE very often. But if he does not give this a 5-star for a match, he's out of his fucking mind. So I look forward to seeing what he had to say about that. But For me, it was absolutely a 5-star match. Very old school. Both guys went in there and showed their talents. They both innovated a lot of moves that I've never seen either one of them do before. There was this one thing Kevin Owens did where he had John Cena up like he was going to do a fall-away slam, and then he just kind of like twists John Cena around onto his back and goes back into a Samoan drop. Really fucking neat. A number of other things as well. These guys just kicked ass. When I watched this match, I was, as I have been watching a lot of wrestling stuff lately, I was watching it with people who are not the biggest wrestling fans, so they don't know a lot of things, and they certainly had no idea who Kevin Owens was. And I was telling them when these guys were coming out, like, you should really watch this match. This might be important. This might have implications going forward, not just like in the relevant future. I mean, like all the way up until WrestleMania and maybe even beyond. And it can. Following up a little bit on what Drew said, this is very, very important how they follow this up. This is so crucial what they have done here. Having this guy come in, make this kind of impact, beat John Cena like he did. John Cena doesn't lose clean very often. And when he does, it's to a certain kind of person. If you look back on the people he's lost clean to over the last number of years, Brock Lesnar, The Rock, CM Punk, that's about it. Daniel Bryan. There's not many people. And to do it so quickly for a guy coming in like this, the only debut that's similar that I can think of would be like a Brock Lesnar. And if they don't give this guy the Brock Lesnar treatment going through this next year, if he is just a guy who ends up falling amongst the faces in the mid-card, if this is not a guy who's a prospect to win Royal Rumble, to be in a high-profile match, if not the main event, then something big going on, like this guy fighting Brock Lesnar himself or Triple H or something huge and continuing to do so going forward, then I'm going to look back on this, and this is going to be one of the biggest blunders, not having John Cena win this match. Because if Kevin Owens was just going to be another fuck, then he should not have won this match. So the aftermatch to this is just as important as the outcome.
Very much so. And you know what they also can't do? They can't give him an undefeated streak.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to lose at some point, and that has to happen at Money in the Bank.
Here's the thing. I believe he can beat anyone on the roster, but I don't believe he's unbeatable.
Right. And when you give somebody that unbeatable thing, then you run into an issue where once they lose whatever was like special about them. Look at Rusev. He has been crap ever since losing.
Mm-hmm.
And we all saw that coming from a mile away. And Kevin Owens is better off if they have him lose a match against John Cena at Money in the Bank, and then he can win whatever going forward. But you got to make sure, of course, that he doesn't lose it in some kind of stupid way. Like, you know, he can't beat the shit out of John Cena the entire time and have John Cena just slap on an STF and make him tap out.
I actually have to disagree with you, Tony. This is exactly what I'm saying. If Kevin Owens is going to be positioned like this, he needs to beat John Cena twice. It needs to be just like they did with Zayn. He wiped the floor with Zayn in their first match, and Zayn did a little bit better the second time, but he still got wiped the floor with the second time.
How do you think that they should have him lose?
Against John Cena?
Well, down the line. If he doesn't lose to Cena at Money in the Bank.
How should he lose? Well, he definitely needs to lose that NXT title.
Yeah.
And that should happen on an NXT event. It shouldn't be on SmackDown or doing some kind of open challenge. It should be hopefully against Finn Balor at whatever the next big NXT event is. On the main roster, I don't want to say give him a big undefeated streak, but I almost feel like you got to keep him undefeated until WrestleMania.
Who would you have him booked against? Brock Lesnar?
No, I would have a big baby face go against him. If he could stay healthy and he could do it, maybe Daniel Bryan, or if they're willing to make the same big main roster investment, Sami Zayn.
That's what I was thinking as well. Make it a big, just make NXT bigger proportions.
Have Kevin Owens pick up the WWE title, say like Survivor Series-ish, hold that all the way until WrestleMania, have your big baby face do a huge Royal Rumble victory, and build up the challenge of them facing each other at WrestleMania.
That's ballsy. It's really ballsy, especially for WWE would do something like that. I want to be honestly. That sounds like something that if they really want to build to the future, that would not surprise me if they were to do something like that, but it won't happen.
Imagine how fucking insane people
yeah.
would get, though. Like, if Kevin Owens wins the title, whatever time he wins it, Survivor Series would be a good time. And, you know, you're on, like, I don't know, entry number 28, 27. Lucky number 27. Go with that one. And fucking Sami Zayn's music comes out. People would go ape shit. And we wouldn't have the same situation as the last couple of Royal Rumbles.
God.
I'd be down for it. I don't think that they would do it, but I'd be down for it.
That'd just be incredible if they were to do something like that.
It really depends on how much Vince McMahon trusts Triple H's word. And I gotta say, I think Vince McMahon is very, very skeptical about Kevin Owens. I think this is a lot of Triple H's clout giving Kevin Owens this opportunity. And John Cena, too. I think John Cena believes a lot in Kevin Owens, and that's why he was willing to do this for him. And it hasn't been said, so much kudos to John Cena. Mm-hmm. This guy gets shit on so much for being a guy that just sits on top. It's not his choice. I mean, I'm sure he's not complaining, but that's the way he's booked because that's the way he needs to be.
What if he was? You know, like, so John, you're going to win a match tonight. He's like, God damn it.
I don't picture John Cena a guy who's ever politicked his way out of a loss, unless it was really like a stupid thing. Like, he's a guy who I always pictured if there was a reason for him to lose, he would be like, all right, time to go to work. Let's do it.
Now, the only story I've heard of John Cena was like the Edge and Miz one, maybe Edge and Christian or something like that.
Yeah, but in hindsight, he even said, I fucked up.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get to. Yeah, he even said he fucked up that one. I think it's the only time I've heard any bad story when it comes to something like that, other than people outside of WWE complaining about him just to complain.
What about the whole thing that he kept down at Alex Riley? A lot of people have said that.
Yeah, Alex Riley probably said something stupid, and it pissed him off.
Alex Riley has a lot of enemies backstage.
But yeah, he definitely deserves credit. I mean, John Cena could have come out here, had a shitty match on purpose, could have sandbagged Kevin Owens. You know, a lot of people do that kind of crap. And John Cena doesn't do it. He took a clean loss.
One bad thing he did.
That stunner?
No.
That's the SCF?
No. As soon as the ref's hand finished counting 3, he sat up and rolled out of the ring like nothing happened.
Yeah, I was going to comment on that myself. That really upset me.
To be perfectly honest, I did not see that because everybody was walking around giving each other high fives because we were so happy that Kevin Owens won.
That powerbomb should have laid him out.
Mm-hmm. Like it has the past couple of weeks. He didn't move for quite a while. You know, Kevin Owens had enough time to like pose on top of him, throw the U.S. title down, stomp on it.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's something that Vince told him to do.
I get why he did it. You're getting out of the ring, letting Kevin Owens have his moment, but like just a little bit, like be a little groggy while you're getting it. Like he got up and moved so fast. Like it reminded me of when that Tough Enough winner, Andy took that stunner and he like just got up and like did nothing. Like how come that guy lost his job, but like John Cena like probably will like get nothing said about him for that. So if I gotta hate on him a little bit for that, but otherwise crack up job by both of these guys.
Yeah,
to be fair though, John Cena's always had a problem with selling.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was anything that they
except
planned.
for T-shirts.
Yeah.
So that's a good one.
That is good.
But no, Tony, you mentioned that like he could have sandbagged it. Cena's one of the most professional guys in WWE out of all time. One of the most professional guys. He would never do something like that.
No, I would have been really surprised if he would have. But I mean, other people, they would have done that. You know, there's people that have taken terrible losses. And even though I love Shawn Michaels, he did it to the fucking Hulk Hogan in that match. You know, that whole thing was just like, oh, look at this. Hulk Hogan's beating me, guys.
Wasn't that not one of the most entertaining spectacles that you've ever watched?
It's fucking amazing. But, you know, I mean, John Cena could have done something like that. And he didn't. He just flat out lost to Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens looks amazing coming out of it because of that.
The best part about that, though, and I guarantee Hogan wasn't fucking didn't even realize he was overselling. He's probably going, yo, guys, look at this. I'm the shit.
If he had to have known by the time he, like, hit that big boot.
And he flew out of the ring and then flopped around like a fish.
You mean the big boot where he ran, got hit by the boot, took a bump, stood back up and took another bump?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
I don't know. I could kind of see what Wago's saying, though, where Hogan would have been like, oh, man, I still got it. I don't remember my boot ever doing that. I'm getting better than ever.
I can go for 10 more years.
I'm going to be wrestling at WrestleMania 32.
Oh man, I'm gonna call Austin out.
So any other thoughts on Kevin Owens and John Cena? Alrighty. We have a couple more matches left to talk about. Kind of throwaway filler match is up next. That's Neville against Bo Dallas in part 9. Click on that video. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Same as always. You know the score by now. Score's 5.